Hello and welcome to yoga with me, Marina White Raven. For those of you who are brand new, welcome, even bigger welcome. And those of you who've been practicing with me for a while, let's see. Yeah, I've been hearing reports that things are getting a bit more flowing, a bit easier. And this is it. It happens. It does happen over time. So keep going. I think maybe that's the phrase of today, just to keep going. So we're going to start off by coming to our mats or wherever we want to work, making sure there's space around us. And coming to a seated position, cross-legged is great. Don't forget your cushion. You can sit on a cushion or many cushions, however many you want to, or you can have a different seated position if you want to. That's fine too. We're going to start off with chanting the mantra Om, just to get the body vibrating. And just to free up a little bit of space in ourselves. So. Bell for clarity. Just find your breath. First of all, just take a deep breath in and sigh out through the mouth. Already that feels a bit better. So we're going to do 3 Oms. So just make a nice big sound, open your mouth, drop your jaw. Don't worry about the sound you make. It's just making sound. So breathe in, and then we'll do 3 of these in a row. Take a moment just to see how that feels, how your body feels. And then we're going to take the fingers and extend the arms up to the ceiling or to the skies if you're lucky enough to be practicing outside. So you'll lengthen the arms up, but keeping the shoulders down away from the ears. Think about a really long, straight spine. The whole of the back is open. So it's almost a feeling of pointing the tailbone as if it wants to drive into the earth. So a bit of abdominal control there, not gripping, but just a little bit of awareness there. One more breath in to lengthen up, lift the chest, and then breathing out through the nostrils, lower the arms down slowly. Good. Put the hands on the knees, nice and comfortable. Just give your knees a little bit of a rub there. Now, there's a lot of work for us, this body. Let's give the legs a bit of a rub. A little bit of a energy wash, if you like. And then let them rest there on the knees. So still really seated tall. You'll notice I'm putting my hand here on the chest because that is where I want to lift. And the shoulders drop down away from that lift there. Head is really on top of the body, really central, sitting on top of the spine. So inhaling here through the nostrils. And on the exhale, also through the nostrils, you lean forwards, but not bending the back, keeping it nice and straight. Leaning forward to the straight back, and then on the inhale, you're just taking that circle back, and on the exhale, you're coming forwards. So in effect, we're just pivoting on the base of the spine. This is also really lovely for opening up the hips. So we're just making this lovely breathing out as you're leaning forward, lovely circle. And I know different people, different kinds of ways of thinking about something help. So another way of thinking about this is also thinking about the heart center. Center of the heart is just orbiting around. It's just doing a big circle. This might help you think about the circling that you're doing. But it's always going upwards as well. So you're really lifting and lengthening the spine the whole time. And just come back to center now. Let's find that center again. Let's just lengthen the spine just to remind it a little bit in between. Breathe in And breathing out, extend the arms up, lift the chest, lengthen up through the ribs. The whole waist section is long, long, long. Breathing in and breathing out. One more breath in. And lower the arms down. Breathing out slowly through the nostrils. Hands go back onto the knees, relaxing the shoulders. And let's start again, but go the other way. So you breathe in. And on the out breath, we're just leaning forward, nice straight back. And then we're going to the left this time. So inhaling as you lean back, making space for that air. And exhaling as you take that circle forwards. Inhaling, leaning back. Keep the breath smooth and steady and even. Try and keep the movement really slow as you can. Good. Let's maybe just do a couple more. Try and make that circle really big. Explore the range of movement. That heart is orbiting around. And come back to center once more. Beautiful. Let's place the hands on the shoulders again. Let's draw some big circles with the elbows. So again, bringing the elbows forward, breathing in as you lift the elbows up. Breathing in and out through the nostrils, inhaling as you lift the elbows up, exhaling as the elbows come back behind you. So again, we're trying to get the elbows to do as big a circles as we can. This is opening up the shoulders as well a little bit, the chest. And just bringing some freedom, a bit of liberty into the body. Still sitting up nice and tall. And then forwards with those elbows. Inhaling as you lift the elbows. Exhaling as the elbows point down to the ground. Good. And if you feel like you want to join me in smiling, it's always just makes things feel better. So, you can always try it. And then you can drop it if you prefer to be have a grumpy face. That's really fine. Sometimes smiling feels like a lot of effort, and it can feel like, oh, I'm being fake, but just try it, and it feels better. Okay, so let's come into a twist now. So take the right hand onto the left knee, breathing in, lift the chest, take the left hand behind you, and make sure it's close to your body, so you can feel maybe the inside of that forearm just touching, making contact with the lower back. So try not to twist straight away. First of all, as you inhale, looking forward still. And then as you exhale, think about the left ribs coming around to the left, then the left shoulder is pulling back, and then finally your neck turns, your head turns, so look right back behind you. Keep the shoulders down, away from the ears. Keep the neck long, keep the abdominals working. So everything is lengthening, the head is on top of the body. Your eyes are coming around to the left, your nose. Every inhale, you're lengthening the spine. And the exhale, you're twisting a little deeper. One more breath in, and untwist to the front. Bit of invigoration there. Left hand onto the right knee now. Take the right fingertips behind you. Don't forget to keep that close to the body rather than leaning back. So the head stays on top of that spine. Breathe in, lift the chest. Shoulders down. Breathing out, you're going to just take the right ribs around, the right shoulder around, and finally the head is coming around on the out breath. Inhaling, lifting, lengthening up through the spine, shoulders down. And on the exhale, you're just seeing if you've got a little bit more space to twist and move into. So we're just moving into the space that the body's providing. And the body is responding because we're giving it a bit of time and we're giving it breath, particularly the out breath. Inhale one more time and untwist to the front. Good. So let's see if we can do these even more chest opening now. So bring the hands together in front of you, but extend the fingers away from you so your shoulders are pulling forward, and then you naturally want to drop your head down and you're looking down at the feet below you. So it's really opening across the upper back. The shoulders are really pulling forwards. Breathe out fully. Inhale, open those hands up wide to receive. Take them right back behind you. Inhaling, open the heart. Breathing out, bring the arms forwards slowly and smoothly with the breath. Drop the head down. The back of the neck gets a bit of rest. Breathing in, open the chest. Breathing out. Try and do this in time with your breath. You may be faster or slower than me. The inhale, the expansion, heart space increasing, and exhaling, bringing the arms forward. Also a good exercise for the arms as well. The chest, the shoulders, the neck, everything is getting involved here. One more, breathing in. Take the arms back, take the fingers back, open the chest, breathing out. Taking the arms forward, extend the arms forward, and then just drop the arms down. Let's just take the left hand onto the left side. Nice bendy elbow there, so we're just leaning into the left. We're going to lengthen up to the right side now. So breathing in, lengthen up, extend that right arm right up to the ceiling. And then breathing out, you're going to bend into the left elbow and reach over the body. Try not to let the arms flop forward. So a good way to stop that happening is look up at the ceiling and look on the inside of that arm. So you're trying to reach something right far away, maybe beyond the end of that mat there. Try and keep both sitting bones down as well, so really lengthening up in the right side of the body. Right shoulder, everything's going there. Keep your breath nice and even and deep. Notice how much space the body gives you with that breath. Inhaling, lift up. Exhaling, lower the arm down. Let that right hand land on the ground. Fingers spread wide. Fingers maybe pointing forwards, wherever feels comfy. Breathe in, extend up through the left side. Extend the fingers to the ceiling. Look up at that hand. And as you breathe out, bend into the right elbow. Reach right over the body. Try and keep the sitting bones down. Looking up at the ceiling if your neck is okay with that. On the inside of that arm. And breathe. Really, as you breathe in, you're just breathing into the left side of the body and making space, creating space in the body. And then as you reach over on the out-breath, use the inhale to lift up and lower the arm down on the exhale. Good. Let's take the hands forwards. So this might be just in front of your body. It may be that your arms can go right extending away, walking away. Wherever you feel is okay for you. Okay? And once your hands go as far forward as they can. You might find your bottoms lifting off the ground. That's absolutely fine. But anchor the hands where they are. Breathe in, and as you breathe out, just take the head down and try and think about you expanding the back and imagine the base of your spine is driving into the ground. So the back ribs, you feel like you're making space. Drop the head down. And the backs of the shoulders. Breathe deeply into the chest area. The whole of the torso. Breathe in and breathe out really long. Now come out of that by walking the hands back to the body. Take the hands behind you, so we're going to do the opposite way now. The fingers are pointing forwards on the mat behind you, if that's okay. Now just lift the chest up and just look up slightly to the ceiling. You don't need to have the head thrust back. You could just be looking at the line between the ceiling and the wall, or just looking up gently to the ceiling. So the neck is still in line with the spine. But opening the chest, shoulders going back, breathing in and out through the nostrils. Nice deep breaths. You're also expanding and opening the belly there. One more breath in and release. Good. So let's just come on to all fours now from here. Nice easy movement. Hands spread wide, the fingers spread wide. The whole of the palm of the hand is connected with the ground. Hands underneath the shoulders. Elbows slightly soft so your arms are really active. And knees underneath the hips so there's space between them there. Feet flat behind. Let's do these opposite movements. So initially, leave that in the way. You might want to lift the right arm and the opposite leg. So the left leg's going back. So you're making a lovely long line. We're not lifting them high. We're keeping them in line with the spine. And out breath, bring the hand and the knee down. Inhaling, left arm and right leg. And looking forwards, change your point of view, bringing the gaze down on the out breath. So inhaling, extend. Exhaling, release, look down, bring the hand down. Try to make sure that the hand that's on the ground, that you're not locking the elbow, and also you're not lifting the knuckles. It's staying connected with the ground and strengthen your body. This requires whole body strength really, and getting the whole body involved. Your back, your abdominals. It's also coordinating your body with your mind. It's moving these opposites. But it's really about this extension as well. Think about the extension between the toe and the finger as you extend and lift and look and inhale. As being a lovely long diagonal across the body, which includes the spine. So think about this as a spinal or a back extension, if you like. It's a lovely straight line. Inhale, exhale. Last one. Good. And then you sit back into the heels, bring the hands forward, bring the forehead down on the ground, into the pose of the swan. If you prefer, you can make a little pillow with your hands and rest your forehead on the back of your hands. So you take the choice there. You can always rest your head in the cushion as well. Don't forget to make your knees wider if your body feels more comfortable between the knees there. Whatever you're doing, let's do some releasing breaths. Breathe in through the nostrils and sigh out through the mouth. Good. Let's just come into some moving and breathing, moving with the breath. So keeping the hands where they are, extended out forwards. You can lift the gaze to look forwards. Now as you inhale, lift the gaze, lift up to all fours, and as you exhale, you're lowering the hips down, but they're not reaching the ground. You're opening the chest and taking the shoulders back into that kind of a cobra. Then you inhale, come back up, exhale, sit back. So I'm going to emphasize this is with your breath. So inhale, come up, slowly and smoothly. Exhaling, take the groin down to the ground, shoulders back, shoulders down away from the ears. Inhaling, lift up. Exhaling, sit back deeply, so you're lengthening the spine there. Inhaling, lifting up. Keep those elbows nice and soft. If your elbows are locked, your shoulders are going to come forward and they're more likely to hunch up. If your elbows are soft, you're more likely to use your arm strength and you can get your shoulders down away from your ears. So it feels harder, which is why we didn't do it. But over time, you'll find it gets easier and your arms will start to get stronger. And everything starts to connect up and work together. This is the beauty of yoga. It's not just, you try and say, oh, well, see yoga as an exercise practice, which in some sense it is, but it's a holistic practice. So it has an impact on every element of your life if you really practice with full focus and understand that everything you do on the mat can be applied off the mat in your daily life. Good. And make this the last one. Inhaling to lift to all forwards. Exhaling, sit back deeply into your heels. Rest on your forehead. Feel that connection between the ground, the earth, the body, and the mind. Breathing in deeply through the nostrils. Sighing out through the mouth. A nice sound. So let's try this downward dog now. So keeping the hands where they are again. Come up onto all fours, breathing in, and breathe out. Now making sure when you tuck your toes under, your feet are about hips width apart. So that when you come up, you'll be a good distance, the feet will be in a good distance for the downward dog. Breathing in and breathing out, lift the knees off the ground, push back with the hands, the head is coming towards the ground. Open up between the shoulder blades, soften the elbows. Let's just walk that dog a little bit. So you're bringing the left heel down, bending the right knee. And you can really emphasize that and enjoy the movement of the hips and the legs. Everything is getting involved here. Yeah, you can make that quite a big movement. It feels good to do it. And it just gets the backs of the legs, the hamstrings, a little bit more mobilized. Keeping the hands open and glued to the ground, looking back at the knees or the feet, not looking at the hands. Let's just now walk the feet towards the hands. I'm going to come into a forward bend here. Well, we're already in one, but we're kind of trying to emphasize that. But first of all, let's just breathe in, lift up onto the fingertips, look forwards, and then breathe out into the forward bend. So even more work on the hamstrings, the backs of the thighs here. So there's a feeling here of the chest wanting to come down to the toes and the tailbone wanting to lift up into the heavens. Make contact with the ground. However you do that, whether that is by having some blocks or books or cushions or bending the knees however much you need to, but make contact, even if it's the fingertips, with the ground. Looking with your eyes at the big toes. Just see if you can think about lengthening that spine even more. And then just soften that all by bending the knees, letting the body hang. Good. So the knees are bent, the legs are taking the weight of the body, the whole upper body, including the head, is hanging forwards. Breathe into the nostrils, sigh out through the mouth. Don't forget you've also got the option here of leaning the elbows onto the knees. That's for some people that's much better. So make your choice. Now keeping the knees bent, you're going to lift up through the spine, leave the arms hanging, lift up through the back, keep the knees bent, and uncurl, unfurl slowly, keep breathing in and out through the nostrils and come to standing. And once you're standing, just find your breath. Good. Let's just do a few of these shoulder shrugs just to release any tension that's there. Just look at your feet, feel your feet on the ground. Feet are hips width apart and they're also parallel. Lift the toes, place them down. Just feel that connection with the ground. Now breathing in, lift the arms, lift the shoulders up. Hold the breath, squeeze, and then out through the mouth. Good. And again, breathe in and out through the mouth. And let's just try that one more time. Breathe in. Good. Let's just get the legs a bit more involved. So take the hands to the hips, and we'll just bring the heel to the backside, moving it very, very quickly. Just getting that liveliness into the legs, getting the blood moving around. A bit of energy. Keep breathing in and out through the nostrils. Now we're lifting the knees high in front of you, as if your knees want to come to your chest. Breathe, enjoy. Good. And then out to the sides, legs out to the sides. Keep breathing in and out through the nostrils. Whatever you're doing, just keep noticing, where is my mind? Where is my mind going? I ask myself, what is my mind being drawn to? What is grabbing my attention? And just keep bringing it back to practice, back to the breath. This is mindful practice. Lift the knee up and open it out. Good. Lifting up the knee and opening it out. So we're getting these hips limbered and warmed. Good. One more either side. Keep your breath moving in and out through the nostrils. And just to release any tension that might still be there hanging around in the body. Yeah, we're going to do some half breaths. So on the feet again, just check your feet. Always check your feet. Take your attention into the ground and into your body again. So on the inhale, lifting the arms up. And on the exhale, you bring them down and everything is out through the mouth. So inhaling, look up. Exhaling. You can have a little break in between to breathe, or just go straight in. Inhale, strong inhale, and out through the mouth. Inhaling through the nostrils. Fresh new in-breath, and then release everything. So anything you might have in your mind that you want to just create a little space, just release it. It's not serving you. It's worry, anxiety, stress, concerns. Just let them be released. Okay, one more. Certainly blown out a few cobwebs. Great. And just another little releaser. Let's just do this little movement for the shoulders and just to loosen everything up. So you're just bringing the hands in front and behind, keep the knees nice and soft, and just letting the hands clap in front and behind. This is a kind of fun one. And then feet a bit wider, Bend the knees and just let the arms swing side to side. Again, just loosening everything up. Let the knees just bend with that. Breathing in and out the whole time. And then every now and again you might want to do a full circle, and that might want to be a bit slower. Over. And I'll go the other way and over. Yeah. Let's do one more circle each side. And over. Watch where your arms are going with your eyes. Keep involved with what you're doing. One more. Good. And let the arms just swing to a stop. Just blown out a bit of that tension and ease. Brought some ease into the body. So we're going to come into triangle, Trikonasana. So come into the front of your mat or the area you're working in. So you've got space behind you to step into. You're going to step into the triangle. Feet to hips width apart, parallel. Soften the knees, lift the chest. Breathe in. Put the weight onto the left foot, step back with the right foot. Square the hips to the long edge of the mat in front of you. Breathe in, lift the arms up. Breathing out, bring the arms down to shoulder height. Breathing in, open the chest, palms are wide. Breathing out, reaching over to the left and down. And just make contact with that leg with the left hand and reach up with the right fingertips. Really reach up. So it's almost pulling the body up. And look up at that right fingertips, up beyond the fingertips with your eyes. So you're turning your head if your neck allows you to do that without any pain. Soften the knees. Notice your breath moving in and out through your nostrils. Notice where your mind is going. Is it wondering how long will this last? Is it gone off onto some little memory in the past? Is it ruminating? Or is it projecting into the future? Bring it back to the present moment. Bring it back to the breath. Come up on the in-breath. Lower the arms on the out-breath. Bend into the right knee. Bring yourself back to the front of the mat. Take a moment here. Put all the weight into the right foot and let's step back with the left. Good. Square the hips to the long edge of the mat. Breathe in, lift the arms, lift the chest, lengthen the body, and keep that length as you breathe out and bring the arms down to shoulder height. Breathing in, open the palms. Breathing out, look down that right arm as it's going over to the right and then down. So lengthening up through the whole of the left side. Lengthen. Lift those fingers to the ceiling. Look up at the left hand. Keep dropping that left shoulder back away from the left ear. We want to create lots of space here. Making sure also that the neck is straight. We're not letting the head loll. That's not very much fun for the neck. Soften the knees. Feel the contact between your feet and the ground. Lift the toes up. Breathe deeply. Stay with it. Stay present. And the best way to do that is to anchor your mind to your breath. Use the inhale to come up and lower the arms down on the exhale. Good. Bend into the left knee. Bring yourself back to the front of the mat. Take a moment here. Breathe in. Breathe out. We're going to come into a reverse triangle. So, reset. Check your feet, soften your knees. Put the weight onto the left foot, step back with the right. Same distance, about one of your leg lengths, okay? Now turn both feet to face forwards, okay? Breathing in, lift the arms up. Breathing out, bring the arms down to shoulder height. Breathing in here, and on the out breath, turn to face your left, outside of your left leg. Breathe in here, and then on the out breath, bring the right hand down to the outside of the left leg, wherever that is. We're trying to get down to the ankle, but that's where the goal is. But the goal is not the goal; it's just a navigation point. Okay, so it's that's where you're headed towards, and then you reach up with the left hand. So this is a bit stronger than the other triangle, so it's going to be much more difficult to breathe. So really dig deep with the breath. One more breath in, and on the out breath, we're just going to lean forwards this time. We're not going to come back up to standing. So one hand is on top of each foot. And breathe in, and breathe out. You might want to bring that hands into the centre now. Breathe in, and breathe out. And on the inhale, Come up onto the fingertips, look forwards. And as you breathe out, see if you can bring the hands down to the ground. Bring the head lower down. Good. So we're going to take the hands to the hips now and try and straighten the back so it's parallel with the ground. Lifting the elbows, strong in the legs, in the buttocks, in the belly. Soften the knees though, not locked. If you need to put your hands on the lower back to support it, please do that. Use the inhale and the strength in the body to lift up to standing again. And exhale, good. So other side now. Breathing in, lift the arms up. Breathing out, turn to the right. Breathe in here. And on the exhale, we're going to take the left hand down to the outside of the right leg and reach up with the right hand. The right hand is facing, you can see your right hand, the palm facing over to the left. So there's a strong twist and a bend in this, so it's strong for the back. Accommodate yourself as you need to. Breathe deeply. One more breath in. Take the hands back down to the feet into a forward bend. And we're just going to take the hands to the centre once more, or the fingertips, bend the knees if you need to. And let's just have a little walk around over to the left, see how it feels walking around there. And then walk back with the hands, even if it's on the fingertips, just make contact and walking around over to the right. So let's just walk around. Just be interested in your body and what happens. Curiosity is very important. Now bend the knees and just let the body hang. So this is like a wide leg for ragdoll. Let the head hang. Let the arms hang. Everything is heavy, the knees are bent. Keeping the knees bent, I want you to really take your attention to the base of the spine and imagine you're being pulled up by an invisible thread. It's travelling up, that little lift, that energy is rising up through the spine. The legs are still bent. And finally, you're unfurling, coming to standing, lifting the chest, shoulders sink down, head lifts up. Maybe let's just take a few shoulder rolls to go with that. Breathing in, roll the shoulders back. Breathing out, roll the shoulders down. Maybe just do 2 or 3 of those, and then forwards with the shoulders. Breathing in, lifting up, breathing out, rolling the shoulders forwards. Enjoy the movement. Good. And then, however you want to, bring the feet together, either creep them or jump them together. Give the legs a little shake. Let's do a warrior. So it's a big step. We're going to step into this one as well. Check your feet, hips width apart and parallel to begin. Standing tall, soften the knees. Shoulders down. Take the weight onto the left foot. Big step back with the right. So a much bigger step than the triangle. Okay. Square the hips to the long edge of the mat. Just check the back foot angle because that will make it much more comfortable by having the toes pointing much more towards the front of the mat. Breathe in, lift the arms up. Breathing out, bring the arms down to shoulder height. Breathing in, expand the chest. Breathing out, look down the left arm and bend that left knee. You can look down the left knee as well. Make sure it's not collapsing inwards. You want to keep that open. It's almost like imagine I'm pressing on the inside of that knee, pressing it out. And the knee must be going in the same direction as your toes. So if that feels too strong, just change the angle of the toes. They want to just keep in line with each other. Extend the fingertips away from each other. Put some weight into that back foot. Strong. Body is upright. The weight is even between the feet. Even smile, feel the energy in this posture. It's really invigorating. If you open to it, receive the energy of the warrior. Come up on the inhale, lower the arms on the exhale, bend into the right knee and bring yourself back to the front of the mat. Take a breath in and out through the nostrils. Put the weight onto the right foot and let's take a big step back with the left. You might need to creep that a little bit further more. Just check the angle of the feet, square the hips to the long edge of the mat. Breathing in, lift the arms up. Nice and bright. Breathing out, bring the arms down to shoulder height. Breathing in, Open the chest. Breathing out, look down that right arm. Bend that right knee. As the right knee goes forward, the left heel pushes back. Got these two forces moving away from each other. So we get this extension between the fingertips, extension between the legs. Everything is extending and opening. So although it feels, it feels like, in a way it feels initially when you start practicing these strong postures, they feel tiring. But then you start realizing, actually, there's an energy loop here. I can actually plug into that if I keep focusing on my breath and expanding and unlocking any tensions that are there. So soften the feet. Keep expanding, keep extending, keep the head lifted up. Come up on the in-breath. Lower the arms on the out-breath. Coming out with poise and grace, bend into the left knee a lot so you can spring back to the front of the mat. Good. I think it would be good to come into a restoration posture. So let's come into a squat. Squatting down. Don't forget you've got options here. If your feet are flat down, like this, then you can just come into the squat, let everything hang forwards. If your heels are lifted off the ground, place a cushion or a block, or you can improvise blocks by having books, big chunky books, underneath the heels. You can also hold on to a piece of furniture. If you find that's too low down, then just come into this position, however much you can squat down. Because it's a great release for the hips. And if you keep practicing every day, you will find it becomes more and more comfortable. This is a very, very beneficial posture. Culturally, in this country, we don't tend to do it so much. Other countries, they do it all the time, squatting, and it's really handy. You've always got somewhere you can rest. So just breathe in through the nostrils and sigh out through the mouth. Good. Breathe in through the nostrils and sigh out through the mouth. Good. Take the weight into the hands. Lifting up into ragdoll. Knees are bent. Body is hanging forwards. Breathe in through the nostrils again. Sigh out. Yeah, give it some sound. It sounds good. Leave the neck, relax the head. Now just feel that the energy is lifting you up. You're not really doing anything. You're just feeling a little lifting up, and it's traveling up from the base of the spine, creating lots of space in the spine. So you're rebuilding, refreshing. Keep breathing in and out the whole time until you come to standing. Brand new body. Good. So, balance. We're going to, I'll bring this over just in case we need this. Some people might need the prop. So this is a balance with breath, with movement. And it starts off by breathing in, lifting the arms up, the palms come together, and breathing out, the arms come back down. Now as you breathe in, you're going to take the weight onto the left foot, you're going to lift that right foot up, bring the hands together, and as you breathe out, you're going to slowly lower that down. So you're doing this in time with your breath. If you want to, you can hold onto the chair as you do this. And just do one arm, or you don't even have to do but one arm. But it's quite nice to just do this. So whichever you prefer, or you can use both hands. And if you want to do a little bit more, you can lift the knee, then extend the heel out, bend, and then breathing out, coming down. So choose which one you prefer. I'll just follow you, I'll show you again. Breathe in, extend, breathe out, down. Switching feet, inhale. You can breathe out there, breathe in again, and then breathe out if you're doing the extra part. Otherwise, I'll just go, this one is just breathing in, lifting up, and breathing out, lower down. And the other one is breathing in, lift up, breathing out, push the heel out, breathing in, bend the knee, and breathing out, lowering everything down. Let's do one more each side. I love this one. You really have to keep your mind focused, and that's what it's all about, really, The practice of yoga is really working with the mind. Last one. Inhaling and exhaling. Very good. Wide leg forward bend. We've already done a little bit of one of these, but this is much wider, so maybe even as wide as a warrior if you're comfortable with that. Both feet are facing forward, feet are parallel. And we're just going to take the hands to the hips actually, so breathe in. Or you can, if you want, if you feel like your back needs the support, place your hands on your back with the fingers pointing down. So you have that option. Lift the chest, breathe in. And on the out breath, soften the knees slightly, not bent, but softened. And as you lean forward with a straight back, elbows are lifted, chest is leading the way. Breathe out all the way down. Bring the hands to the ground. You can either keep the hands center, you might be on the fingertips. In fact, let's just come up onto the fingertips, look forwards. Inhaling. And then forward bending. Maybe you want to walk the hands back a little bit. You might even want to take the hands right back through the legs and take the hands onto the back, go onto the back of the hands. Some of you may be bringing the head towards the ground as well. That's really okay, it's up to you. Or you can just be there in the center. All the time as you breathe out, you're just going to bend a little bit deeper, looking down at the ground. Now we're just going to take the hands back to the waist or to the back, look forwards, straight back, elbows lifted, and breathe out. Now use the inhale to come back up to standing, and exhaling, relax. I'm going to come down again, this time, interlinking the fingers behind the back, and we're going to see if we can open the shoulders up a little bit more. So breathe in, look up, open the chest, and as you breathe out, you're going to lean forwards, bending forwards. Keep those knees slightly soft. Keep the feet ungripped, so open feet. And actually, when you're in a full forward bend, then the arms can come forwards. But don't force it, just let that happen with each out breath. Keep the legs engaged. Keep the feet soft and open. And breathe. Good. Now we'll come out of it by taking the hands to the back and then just letting the hands hang forwards. Bend the knees a lot, just let everything hang in a wide leg ragdoll position. Keeping the knees bent, we're going to let everything hang forwards and slowly uncurl with the knees bent, leave the head heavy, the chin's on the chest, come to standing, nice and easy. And then just bring the feet together however you want to. Give the legs a little shake. Let's just do a little back bend just to even that out. So put the hands on the lower back, fingers pointing down. Take the elbows back. Chest is lifted, shoulders down away from the ears. Knees are soft. Now take the hips forwards and really support your back as you do this. So we're really lengthening the spine by lifting the chest up. We're not just leaning back. That's important. We're lengthening through the spine as we do this. Good. Now use the in-breath to lift yourself up. Keep that support there and release. So we're going to move into the next part. Before we come down to the ground, we're going to come into a half sun salute. So I'm going to stand here, I've got a bit more space here. Keep the feet hips width apart, parallel, nice standing position, knees are soft. So I'll go through this in detail, I'll do it very slowly for those of you who haven't done this before. Breathing in, lift the arms up, palms together, look up. As you breathe out, the hands are coming down, out to the sides, chest is coming forwards, chin is coming forwards, knees are bent, and the fingers come to the floor with the knees bent, looking at the ground. Now straighten the knees. Hands come on the shins. As the hands come on the shins, your arms straighten, you look forwards to the back, and the arms and the legs are all straight, looking forward, strong belly. And then keep the legs straight, forward bend. Look at the toes. Bend the knees a lot so that you're using the strength in the legs to push up through your feet. You're also using the inhale and the reaching up with the hands, and then you exhale. Good. Inhaling, lift up the arms. Look up, breathing out. Chest is coming forward, knees are bending, fingers touch the floor. Inhaling, look forward, straighten the arms, back and the legs, hands on the shins just below the knees. Breathing out, forward bend. Bend the knees a lot now. Breathe in, look up. Use the gaze to lift you. Use the inhale to lift you. Hands come up, look up. Out breath, arms come down. Good, feel the energy, connecting. Inhale, bend the knees. Exhaling, fingertips touch the floor. Inhaling, straighten the arms, back, legs, look forwards. Exhaling, forward bend, straight legs. Now bend the knees. Inhale, push up through the feet. Lift the gaze, lift the arms. Exhale, arms come down. Let's make this the last one. We're not going to do this for too long here today. It's just connecting with that big, beautiful breath. Inhale, exhale, knees are bent, fingertips. Inhaling, straighten the legs, arms and back. Then exhaling finally into the forward bend. And we'll just stay in the forward bend. I'm going to move forward because we're going to follow on from this. So looking at the toes, noticing where the weight is in your feet. Is it hanging back in the heels? Let's see how it feels when you take the weight into the toes or the ball of the foot. So looking at the toes with your eyes, thinking about the chest coming down to the toes and the tailbone is lifting up into the heavens. Now we're going to just change into a different posture. So you'll need to just take the weight into the left foot and just send that right foot back a big, big distance. Because we're going to come into a plank eventually, okay? So that's a big, big distance. And then you're going to take the weight onto the hands once more, so take it forward, so you can send your left foot back. So we're on the toes, and we're in this plank position. Notice the position of my chest above the hands, not my face above the hands. That's very different. The whole body is strong and working hard. If you want to, you can come onto your knees. If that feels too much, you're still going to be working your upper body quite a lot. But if you're feeling like staying with that straight body, pushing the heels back, strong legs, good. The other option for the plank, so you can rest when you need to and come back to it, is you can come onto your forearms. And I'd like to make that connection, interlink the fingers, and then you can also come into the plank. So I'm going to do a few planks here. You can try that option if you prefer. See if that's better for you. But always the shoulders are down away from the ears. You also have the option, so come in and out of it. I'm giving you lots of options so you can change and try them out. If you're feeling like a planking warrior, you might still be in plank from the beginning. Another thing you can do, if you're feeling like a planking warrior, is you can just lift up the leg, one at a time. That's quite strong. I'm just giving options for those of you who like, a bit more body entertainment or really need that engagement. So whatever you're doing now, we'll just come down to the ground, however you want to come down, and rest on the front of the body. Put the arms back. Rest on the side of the head, or you can always rest on your forehead by placing the forehead on the backs of the hands there. It's just a nice position. You can choose either. But breathe. In through the nostrils, out through the mouth. In through the nostrils, out through the mouth. A little bit of back bending now. So we're going to do a simple back bend. Bring the legs together. Now bring the forehead to the ground. Arms are still back of the hands on the ground. On the inhale, you lift the gaze, lift the eyes, lift the chin, lift the chest, lift the arms, and the arms are going upwards and backwards, and then lift the legs. Keep breathing in and out through the nostrils. And if you can, this is a great place to smile. It takes all the strain out of things, Because if we're straining in our faces, we're probably straining and pushing and forcing. And when we smile, it just releases all that tension. Good. One more breath in and lower down slowly. Rest on the side of the head. Let everything go. Inhaling, exhaling. Great. So invigorating back bending, and it's really brightening, and it's very positive, and combats stress very, very well. Meets energy with energy. So let's just do another one of these. So come back onto the forehead, bring the legs together. Breathing in, lift the nose, chin, chest. Keep breathing in and out, lift the arms. So we're not holding the breath, then lift the legs. Now take the hands forwards and we're going to come into this Superman position. Yeah, those of you who've got children, some of you have got children and dogs and other people accompanying you. This is kind of fun, the Superman. And this is definitely one to smile. You're flying. Keep breathing in and out. One more breath in, sweep the arms back on the exhale. See if you can still stay in this back bend. One more breath in, then release down, let it all go. Rest on the other side of the head. Deep breath into the nostrils, sigh out through the mouth. Put your hands up by your face, push into the hands, walk the hands back into the pose of the child, and rest there on the forehead. You can sweep the arms back as well into the full pose of the child. Breathe in and breathe out. Into the nostrils, sigh out through the mouth to release all that energy and tension. Come into a more restful kind of feeling. Good. Well done. We're almost to the end here. So just lift your gaze and come up onto a kneeling position. Even if it's for some of us this feels okay, some of us it feels a little bit uncomfortable. Often it's because the front here of the foot feels a bit painful. If that's you, you can place cushions or blankets, as many as you need there. If that angle is too tight here, which is often the case, then place the cushion there. Or cushions, it can be as many as you need to. Whatever you need to support your posture, and then you think, oh, I can kneel, and then gradually you take the cushions away one by one. I have lots of students who have found initially they can't kneel, and they just persist with props, and eventually, they're kneeling and it's comfortable, and it just is a great position to sit in. You can, sit and do anything in this position. Great for the digestive system, which is all easy, and also your back is nice and upright. If that feels too much for you, just come up into any other sitting position now. So choose whatever sitting position you want. I'm going to do a little breathing practice. This is a great one. Great one for bringing really generally well-being into the body, using the vibration and the sound. And it's called Bhramari, which is a humming bee breath. And it's a great one also for children to practice. They really enjoy this one. Just clears out all the passages, and you will feel calmer and more centered, I hope, after this one. I certainly always do. So all we do is it's basically two things: a hand position, a blocking of the ears, and the sound of humming. Now, when you block your ears and make a humming sound, you will feel like it's a lot louder than it is. So we'll just check here. So the fingers are spread out on the skull here, and then the thumbs are used to block the ears. So just try not unblock the ears, but have the thumbs ready on those little ear flaps to close the ears. I know there's a name for those. I can't remember what they're called. So take a big inhale in, and on the exhale, make a sound of You're making that humming as long as you can to get right to the end of that hum. Now just try it again, but just open and close those little flaps so you can hear the difference of the volume. And why I'm doing this is because I really want to encourage you to make lots of volume and not feel shy and inhibited. So take another one. You see what I mean? When you're opening and closing. So now I'm going to go into it. Just free up your shoulders a little bit, shake up the arms. The arms get to work hard doing this as well. So we're going to do 4 out breaths, okay? So it won't be so long. So making that a long, slow humming. And close your eyes as well. And when you're finished, just keep your eyes closed and let your hands just rest in your lap. And just wait a little moment in silence and just See how that feels. So we're going to do 4 long hums out. So closing the ears now, hands, fingers on the skull, sitting up tall, breathe in. For those of you finished, just take a moment to notice, how does that feel? I notice the quality of my hearing, and the things I'm hearing are completely different, and I feel a sense of real clarity and cleansing, inner cleansing. So it's a fantastic breathing practice, and fantastically easy. So try it, and it's a beautiful way to come into relaxation. So just take a few moments and find whatever way is easiest to come down into Shavasana, lying down on the mat. Don't forget you have the option of lying in semi-supine with the knees lifted, the feet on the floor, and just letting the knees fall together. The hands away from the body, palms facing the ceiling. You also have the option just resting the hands on the belly, if that feels more restful for you today. Put some warmer things on, cover yourself with a blanket. Be at ease. Got a few minutes here on the ground just to close our practice. It's really important to take these few minutes, and I know, when we're practicing on our own, we maybe don't do the relaxation at the end. I know I'm don't always myself. So it's a good practice to close it and to reflect on your own practice today. Noticing, how do I feel right now? How does my body feel? What is the impact of my efforts today? Well done, everybody. Really applaud yourself. And if we notice, the good things about the benefits of how we feel after practicing, we're more likely to do it again. Take a deep breath in through the nostrils and sigh out through the mouth. Let it all go. Allow your body to relax. Soften. Just feel the whole body is releasing and softening and melting into the ground. Body is melting like chocolate. Let everything go. Now just soften the breath. Notice the body is softly breathing. The body is being breathed. The belly is rising and falling. Breath coming in and breath going out. Be at ease. Just for these few moments, bring all the focus of your attention to your relaxation. This is the practice. Feel a sense of peace and harmony with yourself, clarity, receptivity to whatever comes your way. Whatever comes your way, you're able to manage it with grace and openness and courage. Just feel yourself surrounded by whatever colour feels very restful, soft, energizing, whatever you need. Just imagine that you are immersed in a beautiful colour, a like a bubble of colour around your whole body. You are not only being held and supported and kept safe by this colour bubble around you, but also being fed and nourished by the healing energy of this colour, which only you know what colour works for you. Breathing it into your body. Whole of your body is just being absolutely drenched in this beautiful healing colour. Every little cell of your body is being filled with the healing power, nurture of your colour bubble. And you find this colour bubble is expanding out and out. So know that this healing bubble, this energized little space around you is always accessible for you. But for now, just let that just dissipate in your mind's eye, knowing that is within you. And you have that to give to everybody else as well. When you take time to nourish and give to yourself, you have so much more to give to other people in the whole world. So it's absolutely essential that we take time to center ourselves, give ourselves healing, and to cleanse and clear our minds. Really important. So coming up to seating if you want to, or you can just stay lying. Just move your body a little bit. Breathe a little deeper. Stretch your limbs. Hug your knees. Do whatever feels good to you. And if it feels good to you, just stay lying in that beautiful bubble. You just do that. If you've got time and it feels right to you, give yourself that gift. Those of you who want to come back to the day, you can come with me and come up to seated, whatever way feels easiest. Come up the legs again, the arms. Feel this body. Acceptance and gratitude and love for this body. Put a bit of heat between the palms of the hands and place that on your heart center. Close your eyes. So you can do this if you're lying or if you're seated. And bring your mind, your full attention to your heart space, the space around your heart, and that beautiful, rich garden within. And there's some very fertile soil to plant your seed here. And this is where you bring your seed of intention, your sankalpa, a positively framed sentence that you create yourself that's helpful to you. It might start with I am or I can. And say that with real meaning and clarity, that sentence of words, and say that to yourself. And give warmth and energy to that seed. Warmth and energy. And your attention, most important. Thank you. Namaste. Thank you so much. You're all amazing. Thank you for being with me. I feel really connected to you all. And yeah, come back, and don't forget the videos are on YouTube on the Marina White Raven or White Raven channel. And your donations are keeping this going. So if you can, please do. And if you can't, you are welcome. Thank you. Okay, have a great day.